keep in mind the words you wrote. But something changed and so did we. Now I can't set aside, I can't just be and let be. Oh no, no, no. You're out of luck and now it's plain to see. It's not that I don't love you anymore. I can love you like before. No, no, no. I should have made it clear a long, long time ago. You're out of luck and now it's plain to see. It's plain to see. It's not that I don't love you anymore. I can love you like before.
I'm wondering what you got for me. Egyptian cotton is out to be my lady only. I'm wondering what you got for me. Egyptian cotton is out to be my lady only. I asked you for the time. You got the damn right.
What?
Everything you do gives me butterflies. I asked you for the time. You got the damn right. got for me. Egyptian cotton is out to be already on me. I'm wondering what you got for me. Egyptian cotton is out to be already on me. For me, Egyptian cotton is out to be already on me. I'm wondering what you got for me. Egyptian cotton is out to be already on me.
Hello everyone, welcome to Rise of Patience. We're back with the LAT tournament series. We have got very good games so far. If you have not watched last game between Kron and Snekwao, please go ahead. That was a very interesting game. Here we've got Alucard, who is also known as Dracula if I'm right, and Meliodas, who I think is also known as Oleg. Um, I have played a lot with Alucard, but not many games with Meliodas. So let's see how both these players are. The nation bans. Let me quickly resume the nation ban window. Yep. The nation bans are as follows. Alucard has banned Japanese, Turks, Indians. Hold on, I think there's something wrong in the ban setting. Okay, let's go. The nation bans by Alucard, Japanese, Turks, Indians, Inca, and Mongols. On the other side, Meliodas has banned Germans, Turks, Japanese, Mongols, and Lakota. Remember that Lakota has not been banned by Alucard, and I already think that he's going to regret this. I have made some videos before saying that Lakota is the fastest nation in Rise of Nations Nomad. It's even faster than Germans and Japanese. So I don't know how could Alucard not ban that. This is the first time in the history of nation banning and picking that somebody forgot to ban Lakota, or he deliberately chose not to ban Lakota. Anyway, Americans are also great, but just that the fast start for Lakota is too strong. Americans get their strength in the late game, but it depends if the Lakota player is going to let him survive. In the chat, Oleg, Alan, and Quantum, welcome to the stream. Let's see here. The Lakota player is already scouting with so many villagers. He has discovered 3 top rares. In fact, I feel if Meliodas builds his city somewhere here, he gets to safeguard furs, dye, silver, and horses, all top rares. So yeah, it's not looking very good for Alucard here. Alucard has 4 farms. Meanwhile, the Lakota player is already building his library, and that's insane. Here's Commerce 1 versus just now Commerce 1 finished. In fact, I feel that maybe Meliodas is still not as fast as he could be, because look at the ruins. Alucard has been successful in his scouting. He's done a better job than I expected, because in the face of Lakota you can easily have less than half of the enemy's ruins, but this is a very good ratio. So good job by Alucard, or bad job by Meliodas, one of them. Now we're seeing military 1 from Meliodas, and that's very scary, because that's very scary for Alucard, because he is not, I don't think he's expecting military attack at this stage. And the problem with Lakota is you never know when they are going to attack you, or where they're going to attack you from. Oh, very lucky for Alucard. He just found out, and now he's also building his own units. But funny thing is that Meliodas did not invest a lot in resources, in units. Oh no, he did. He built 2 units, but remember, Meliodas is going to be 100 food in no time, while Alucard is still stuck at 64 food. That's another good thing about Lakota, that they don't need to build farms. Just villagers themselves are good enough for providing food income. With the city there, I think that's not the best city, but that's a good city for aggression. But that now Alucard can build his city here, and he can raid these rares. He can also go back to Makasika easily. Double market on this side. Still no civic. The raids from Lakota player have hurt Alucard a lot. Alucard wants to go somewhere. I think was he trying to go to, where was he trying to go? Because there are no rare resources on this side. There is wool, and luckily for Blue, he knows all the rare resources on this map, except wine. He knows all the rare resources. All 3 or 4 rare resources are very concentrated in the center. I don't think Alucard can win this. He will need an intense gameplay, some extreme strategy like a militia pool in order to win this game. And look at that, 5 units from Meliodas. Meliodas is aging now. He has decided to skip military. Meanwhile, here is Alucard, still far away from aging. And Alucard is trying to go to somewhere. Oh, he's going for silver. I don't think Meliodas notices that there is going to be a merchant here. But it doesn't matter. Here is stable Senate. Yep. Already very difficult for Alucard to win this. But yeah, good job there with the silk merchant. Now he can get faster aging. Once Americans reach age 3, I feel that's when their true potential shows, when they're able to mass huge armies and they have a good eco. And also they start getting the payback for their wonder. Even in age 2, Americans are good, but it's just that Lakota is too fast. It's just too fast. With a lookout and a tower here. Republic government. Everything looks very good for Meliodas so far. Meanwhile, Alucard, I think Alucard is trying to save resources for Colossus. Maybe he could get a market here. Would be very good since he has so much wood. So it will be in favor of Alucard to play defensive, and yeah, not go too strong anywhere. That's a problem. Food income is very low for Alucard. He is using too many of his villagers for building things. I believe since food becomes very important in age 2, you should not let any villagers off the farms. If you want to take anything off the farm, let it be the woodcutter camp. That's still a lot of wood. I think Alucard should get a market. And that's the only merchant Alucard was using, and now that's going to be raided as well. So far the game looks fine, but with every passing time Meliodas is losing his edge. But as I said, the strength for Americans is in late game, and as we proceed towards late game, Alucard is going to grow strong. Alucard has 0 rare resources compared to Meliodas, who has silver, dye, furs, horses. Oh man, this is such an unbalanced game in terms of nations and rare resources. The score difference, there's a 2/3 score difference there. Finally we see a siege workshop, and there is a tower coming now. Alucard should see that there is caravan route here, and he should try to raid this. Oh, not a very good idea. Not a very good idea. He's going with all of his army to attack the Wool, and remember, there is no lookout over here, so it makes it. If I was Meliodas, I would rush towards the city of Orlando right now and try to take that. Second siege coming here. And that's something interesting. Attrition research done by Alucard. That can be a deterrent for attacking. Also, I see that science 1 is not there. That means no temple possible for Alucard. Meanwhile, good raids from Meliodas here. He is losing HP on these horses due to the attrition, but that's still some damage. Militia coming on this side. Just now militia research complete. Good job by Meliodas. He was able to run away. Alucard, I think Alucard should be playing more aggressive at this stage. He needs to raid. There are, oh, he doesn't know, he doesn't know about all this part of the map. That's also something he needs to work on. And let's see, unit wise, I think Meliodas has more units. He can capture Orlando without any trouble. There are 3 sieges. Hopefully he doesn't lose it. Hopefully he doesn't lose it. Alucard is going for the siege. And he will get the siege. He will get the siege. That's always a bad idea to let your siege go there, because that was 100 wood, 100 metal investment. Both the players are far from aging, that's for sure. I would have loved Alucard to get Colossus by now, but it's alright. Everything he has kept this game under control for some time, and thanks to the attrition research, he's able to defend for such a long. Now here, I think Meliodas is planning for age 3. He's already maxed out at his eco. Not for Alucard though. Alucard he's lacking in food and wood as well. And that's something I noticed about Alucard. He sends a lot more units than is required for raiding. But yeah, maybe for the caravan it's fine. This is a good one. He could be able to... Oh, close. Good idea not to engage with all that army. Also remember, Alucard right now does not have military level 2, so he cannot make cataphracts or horse archers. Alucard is going for raids, and he might even get these slingers. I don't know why Meliodas has slingers waiting there, because slingers are the most useless unit for defending. Nice micro. One slinger dead. He will not kill the others, but still good job there. Finally, we are starting to see some raids, and Colossus started by Meliodas. He already has 3 cities. He is enjoying this game a lot. On this side, Alucard is trying his best to survive, because look at his library. He does not have anything yet. One thing Alucard can do is get pyramids, which allows him to get a third city as well as extra food income, which will be useful for defeating Lakota, since he has lost his chance for getting Colossus. I wouldn't suggest getting Hanging Gardens because I think Hanging Gardens in Nomad they pay off in the late game. If the game goes till Gunpowder, then Hanging Gardens is good, but in the early game you don't get much out of it. Hanging Gardens is a great rare for standard, but just not good for this kind of situation where you already see so much aggression. But still, Alucard has been able to play very well. I am surprised that he's not dead yet. He is playing amazingly well, and he has been able to mass up a good number of units here. For some reason, he has a lot of wood left all the time. Hey Boo, welcome to the stream. To be real, if Alucard builds a tower on this side, he could completely destroy the caravan route for Meliodas, and he could even beat Meliodas at this point. Look at Alucard. He has got a bigger army than Meliodas, and now he might be too deep into the territory. He's too deep into the territory. He needs to go back. Oh, very good one there. Very good one there. Even without the siege, he should be able to capture all of this. Man, I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. That Alucard is actually going to capture a city here. Oh, and a lot of cavalry just got out of that city. Alucard is trying his best here with some micro. City captured, but right before that he was able to bribe a unit. Now Alucard doesn't have as many units as he had before, but this is a micro war. This is completely a micro war at this point. The most important part is Meliodas lost his library, so now he does not have a way to age. He could have aged, he could have made it a large city, and this would be over. But now the game looks completely balanced. In fact, I feel maybe Alucard can win this. Alucard is going for civic level 2. Oh, and the capital city of Orlando has been captured, all because of bad timing. Alucard, while he did capture Makasika, but it was too late. And whatever Meliodas is doing here, he got a castle there and he has a city. So his territory is... Yeah, Alan, I agree. Alucard did very well with his micro. The fact that he survived for so long is a miracle. But now it looks like game is over. Four catapults from Meliodas. A very disappointing thing for me is that no wonder from Alucard. He has not built pyramids or anything right now. I would have loved to see some wonder from him to make it interesting, because he's not even utilizing the full power of Americans. And while Meliodas has Colossus, it's going to be very hard to beat him, and with such a huge army here. And Alucard dropped, looks like it, but yeah, I would say he already lost this game. That makes it 2-0. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. So here's the poll on Facebook. We've got only 5 votes because I put it in the morning, but most of the people think that Alucard is going to win this. The score right now is 1-0, so it doesn't look like that. Let's see if Alucard can win the rest 2 games. Here we are in game number 2. Look at the nations again. British versus Germans. I don't know why Alucard is not picking. I mean, British are good, but look at the number of good nations that were banned by Meliodas. He banned all top nations. He banned Germans, Turks, Japanese, Mongols, Lakota. All of these are excellent nations. While Meliodas, Alucard did not ban such great nations, and right now he has to face. He faced Lakota in the first game. He played so well. I think if Meliodas had any other nation, he might have lost that game. But very bad banning by Alucard. And now this game, Meliodas has Germans. Another superb nation against British. I think British are great in the long game, but if it comes to the early game, because early rushing, Germans are better because they are much faster than British. Hopefully this time Alucard is not as lucky with the rare resources as last game, because last game, despite having a worse nation and a worse, in fact not worse, no rare resources at all, he was still able to give a tough fight. Here is Meliodas waiting for, I think he's waiting for, oh no, he's getting Commerce 1. Market and maybe die after that. Alucard, let's see Alucard, how is he scouting? So he's not scouting much, so he definitely does not see this barracks on this side. Meliodas is directly going for the sugar. That's a great strategy. He knows that Alucard will probably be using. Although I think that first Meliodas will start with raiding some of the woodcutter camp before revealing that he's going to be raiding. Also, there is silver here, which I don't think Alucard will find out. If he builds a city here, of course he will find out, but oh, there is a city being placed here. As you can see, change in terrain. 65. And what's weird is that I was expecting much better raids from Meliodas. I thought he would make at least 2 units to go for London, but he just made a single unit. Although he did force Alucard to get his own barracks, and for British that is a pushback, because if Alucard did not have to build barracks, he could be going for civ, building more farms, but now he wasted so much of wood. In fact, he's also building more bowmen, I think because he believes he's going to get raided. 100 and 100, that's another power of Germans, man. Superb. Look at that. Already maxed out on his eco at 7 minutes 30 seconds, while Alucard is still waiting for Civic 1. So after this ban and pick system, the game has become just more than micro. Now it's also about how well you can decide which nations you don't want your opponent to pick, which nations you would want them to pick. So it adds a lot of flavor to the game now. Oh. And I don't know why Alucard has built 4 units. That's over. That's way more than required here. It's not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. But now this is something that British are very good at. Look at that. 12 range versus 10 range. Although Alucard can still be denied with the tower, assuming where he has put that tower. But if Alucard pulls it a little behind, he can be reducing Regensburg there without getting any damage from his side. Alucard is already aged. I mean, Meliodas is already aged, and he's getting Colossus. Meanwhile, on this side, nowhere close, nowhere at all. Still at 80 food income. I don't see how Alucard is going to turn this game around. Although I can see how he can turn this game around. If Alucard ages in time and he captures this city, now that could be a way. Alucard is getting, Meliodas is getting a tower behind it. He has sufficient number of units. Although I don't see government yet, but he will get government before it's long. Alucard should just tower this sugar, because it's been raided so many times. It's not even worth sending so many merchants. This is a perfect place. Alucard should get militia, rush this with a despot, and he can actually win this game in such a situation. This is serious. He can actually win this game with this tower in such a perfect place. He should militia rush this city. Meliodas is not ready. In fact, he could not even just militia rush. He could ambush all of his militia here, and suddenly Meliodas won't see his units anymore. He'll suddenly lose this city. Will be very interesting. But temple coming here, so that means a small city will have a larger. Luckily, the city still cannot fire on this. Oh no, it can't fire on the tower now. But not for long. The tower will kill the city. I'm curious to see what government is picked here. Looks like despotism. Yes, despotism it is. And I wonder if, because that is going to be needed, militia are going to be needed if the city is to be taken down, and also siege, because I don't see how these towers are going to be. I don't see how these towers can be taken down without siege. The good thing about British is that even with despot, British don't lose much of their advantage thanks to that 25% commerce. Abu, are you sure about that? I don't remember trying ambush with militia, but I feel maybe they should. Anyway, it's a good thing for Alucard here is that Meliodas is not at all doing well with his eco. I think he's spending too many resources in defending, that he is getting scared a little bit by this tower, which is exactly what Alucard wants in this point. Normally the German player should already have 150 food and wood income at this point. Finally, a siege factory from Meliodas. And I don't know what's this for. Is it going to go for raids? I would also love for Alucard to just destroy this tower, because it's already in enemy territory. He gets to get plunder from both of these and deny those resources to Alucard. I mean to Meliodas. If there were more heavy infantry, this would be a very nice ambush here. But it's just a raiding party, and I don't see many villagers here that are going to be affected. Oh, and now it looks like Alucard is going here for an attack, but actually that's not the case. Oh man, only what? Only four phalanx. Only 4 phalanx for Berlin. Maybe 5 would be very good. And it's not a bad army. It's just that. And here's a temple coming. Man, this could be a game-changing moment right here. This could be completely game-changing. Militia. Actually, we do have militia here. I think militia should be enough. And I also don't see any attempts at bribing. Oh, the despot is dead. Complete fail by Alucard here. He needs to run back. The despot is dead. He doesn't get any more plunder. This was, I think, if there was any chance at winning this game, that was it. And Alucard has just ruined it. He was doing very good. So, despite the fact that he only had 4 phalanx, he was doing very good here. These villagers are still following. Come on, guys. Go back to work. Very soon, H3 for Meliodas, and once he hits H3, I think that'll be GG then. Yep, H3 coming here. No sign of H3 meanwhile. And the game has stopped, so I think another drop with Alucard, and that is GG. Well played by Meliodas. He actually advances to the next stage, and in the next round he's going to play against Dragoneo. Will be a very interesting game. Let's see what the public opinion is about that game. Let me pull up the votes section. Wait, I just noticed I do not have that on the voting list because the game just ended. Yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining. I think I'll just to fill up time, I might play one game. Okay, there is nobody here. But anyway, I'll just call it a day. Thank you all for being here. Meliodas proceeds ahead. Alucard is out of the tournament with this. See you all later. Bye bye.